Hello movie fans and welcome to Lost in the Reel. Today I'm going to be covering the new horror prequel, Orphan First Kill, that will be streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Does this film do the original justice, or is it just another fail from director William Brent Bell? Let's talk about it. Orphan First Kill is directed by William Brent Bell and written by David Coggeshall. It stars Isabel Fuhrman, Rossif Sutherland, Hiro Kanagawa, Matthew Finlan, and Julia Stiles. After orchestrating a brilliant escape from an Estonian psychiatric facility, Esther travels to America by impersonating the missing daughter of a wealthy family. The original film Orphan was a sleeper hit all the way back in 2009, and it has become somewhat of a cult classic since its release. This is mostly due to the fact that the character of Esther has become an iconic horror villain, and the twist at the end was so shocking and ridiculous that people couldn't stop talking about it. But when revisiting the original film, it's hard not to recognize that what comes before its batshit crazy last act was mostly a mundane and forgettable little thriller. So when I heard that they were revisiting this character in a prequel film, I was hesitant but cautiously optimistic. And then I heard that William Brent Bell, who helmed such horror travesties such as Separation, Stay Alive, and The Devil Inside, was taking the reins on the project, and any ounce of hope I had for it was completely squashed. The biggest question mark going into this new film was how they were going to pull off the de-aging effects for our lead. Isabel Fuhrman was one of the main reasons that the first movie worked as well as it did. The young actress was able to pull off being wise beyond her years and also just truly terrifying. But Fuhrman was 10 when the cameras rolled on Orphan, and now she is 25. Bell decided to go a more practical route for the de-aging, rather than going full-on CGI, using techniques that Peter Jackson did with the Hobbits in The Lord of the Rings. Whether that was due to budgetary constraints or just a creative decision, I'm not sure. But it surprisingly works, at least well enough that you can suspend your disbelief for the duration of the runtime. They also play with the idea that the audience knows she's an actress who is older than what she's supposed to be. So, the filmmakers were at least able to pull off what was easily one of their biggest hurdles going into production. But, how is the film itself? Unfortunately, Orphan First Kill is a bit of a drag, but I guess it could have been a lot worse. The best thing it has going for it is a game cast, with Isabel Fuhrman once again bringing on the heebie-jeebies. And her sparring with Julia Stiles conjures some of the movie's best moments. The dynamic between this mother and faux daughter is uncomfortable, awkward, and will make you squirm in your seat. Which I suppose is exactly what we want to be doing when watching an Orphan film. The prequel also has a twist of its own, and while not nearly as flabbergasting as the originals, it does provide a way for the story to take an intriguing new route, rather than copying the first beat by beat. I just wish that this movie was having more fun with its premise. The first had to be more grounded in its approach in order to make that twist work as well as it did. Then, once they dropped the bomb, the filmmakers went full-on ludicrous and insane, embracing every ounce of its schlocky horror roots. Vera Farmiga's infamous F-bomb line and all. But now that we are all pretty much in on Esther's dirty little secret, I yearned for Bell to just let loose and allow his freak flag to fly in First Kill. Yet sadly, the film feels extremely restrained, and even worse, bland. It's like William Brent Bell fell asleep halfway through production because the movie as a whole lacks any energy or momentum. It just kind of chugs along until it hits its underwhelming conclusion. Even though I wasn't expecting to be scared in this movie, I was at least anticipating some tension or thrills. And First Kill is a dud in that department as well. While there is far more than one kill in the movie, contrary to what the title suggests, none of them are inspired or shocking. They are more just a little bloody and stabby. Gorehounds will be let down, while general audiences might be appalled. So, no one really wins here. Finally, one of my biggest issues is that First Kill doesn't add any further insight into this character. Usually, the whole point of doing a horror prequel is to allow the audience to see the origin of the evil. In the case of this movie, the beginning of Esther's tirade against humanity has already begun, and we start the story off with her in a psychiatric ward. This was totally a missed opportunity. But please don't take this as me pining for a prequel to this prequel. The filmmakers already blew their chance here. One day, William Brent Bell will surprise the hell out of all of the critics and naysayers and make a solid, entertaining film. But today is not that day. So I will be giving Orphan First Kill 2 dead rats out of 5. Though not nearly as disastrous as it could have been due to its strong cast, this horror prequel fails to be frightening or fun and does very little to validate its existence. Thank you so much for watching Lost in the Reel. What are your thoughts on Orphan First Kill? How would you compare the two films in quality? And did the de-aging work for you? Sound off in the comment section down below. And until next time, my friends, take care.